Net as hulle klaar is, net gou almeen asseblief. Kom, asseblief. Net vinnig die enetjie, kort enetjie. Hulle gaan gou groet. Okay.
Welcome to Pretoria. It is a rugby league test match, the second ever, an IRL certified match. This definitely counts for international standings. 26 before the first time these two sides met on Wednesday was the ranking for the SA Rhinos, and the Kenyan, the Josiri, as they are known, in 31st place. So everything to play for. It is not just any exhibition. This Kenyan side very new to the game of a rugby league. This will be only their fourth test in the history of Kenyan Rugby League. The SA Rhinos, they've been in it for quite some time. A few legacies as well. Played it for over 5 decades. And it's been quiet over the last couple of years, but the team, the management team, the president, the CEO, the coaching staff, they've known each other since they used to play in the late 90s and early 2000s. Our referee in the middle today will be Rudolph Deploy. It is very, very hot. Pretoria is showing off clear skies. Roundabout, it must be 35 degrees Celsius. There is a slight breeze, but the players will be struggling. Very similar conditions to what the Kenyans will be used to back at home, so maybe an advantage for them. We're at the Grizzlies Stadium. It is wonderful out here. We have the Grizzlies Island Water Park right next to us, of course. The Pretoria West communities around here really taking advantage of these facilities that the brilliant man Jaco Olivier invested in. He'll be so happy at what this establishment has meant for the communities around the surrounding areas to enjoy not just sport on these fantastic fields, bright green, but also an incredible water park just to our right. So it is packed. A lovely restaurant as well. The fans have turned out in this heat. They are all in the shade. Such is the design of these facilities. And well, what a fixture it was. It was 22 points to 8 at halftime when they played each other for the first time, the Josiri versus the Kenyan Rhinos. But the Rhinos stuck to their structure really well. Head coach Fani Biedenan will be so happy with the way that their playmakers and more experienced players controlled the game. That was Van der Venter, Mulder, and of course Jean Kutzer, for me, was the player of the match. Look out for Mutua though, for the Josiri. The center is so dangerous, always looking for opportunities. He scored the try of that game, certainly, just from 5 meters from his own touchline. And not waiting for referee Rudolph to blow his whistle, so we'll have to come back for that restart. But so much excitement about to happen. Nice and high, the kickoff. Van der Venter has done incredibly well under pressure.
And square!
Brilliant play. Siedat is there. This is a scene that we're used to. Altus Dalport taking it up the middle. It comes quickly. This is very good by the Rhinos, all the way past the halfway line now.
Nice.
Strong carries.
Hold, go see.
Captain Siep low on the left, but Van der Venter decides to go right at the right call. Turnover. Scraps picked up nicely by number 11, Maranga, and the Josiri now trying to piece together some phases. Marshaled nicely by Siep. Go. They go towards the left this time. Playing it through the hands. That's a nice, good carry, running into arms. And Victor Ndungu playing the ball. Good hands there. See that? Shot out of line. That wasn't good play, but loose forward now. Ratemo. Wycliffe Ratemo right into the Rhinos' danger zone. They would have had a much better rest before this fixture. They landed just around lunchtime, played that first game against the Rhinos, the Josiri, on Wednesday, just 6 hours later. So a huge uphill battle it was for them. And you could tell the legs looked weary towards the end of that game. We will have a water break in this game, around 20 minutes. That has been confirmed by the reffing staff. And the Rhinos keep it nice and tight. Mulder with a very strong carry. Rather, it was Dylan Venter. Van der Venter to the captain, Siep Low. He had a few incredible runs. Siep Low, that first game on Wednesday. Dylan Venter again. Now, this is what the Josiri are not afraid to do. They'll commit their bodies, commit players to make sure that they can make those tackles. There's another double hit. It's good play that from James Maranga, going high and his teammate went low. Van der Venter, Jean Kutzer, this is where they can be so dangerous. Sean Matan is coming onto it. Yeah, you'll get it, no. Well, touch charge, this flag is up. Oh, the call is a knock on there. And it looks like it'll be a 20 dropout.
Lost the ball.
So you could see good, clever rugby league play that from Jean Kutzer. Played at a higher level in Australia as well. And around the 5th tackle, that's what you want to do. Only 6 tackles you're allowed. Could say 6 recycles. And then you have to kick or it's a turnover.
You unfortunately touched the ball in the tackle.
So playing it really nicely, playing for territory. That's what the Rhinos did very well on Wednesday.
Keep it there.
The Josiri did find themselves in trouble inside their own half. A few mistakes as the Rhinos will try to now rush defense and apply pressure to those carriers of the Josiri. That's a good one by Okello.
John, too quick.
Victor Ndungu goes, nice little deceptive run there to suck in the defenders. It opened up nicely, but the reaction speed good by the Rhinos.
Player without the ball. Yeah, by me. Yeah, by me. Okay, player without the ball.
The Josiri will get a penalty. Easy exit for them. Collins or Chiang. Well, my co-commentator on Wednesday, Jason Costello-Costo, called him a forklift with the big hits he put in. Nice short line that, brilliant. A fullback joining the line nicely, Okello, but Siep Low was aware and in between that attacking line of the Josiri. So they've got the ball, they needed to hold on to it.
Okay. Right, we've got a penalty there, there's no advantage in it.
Altus Delport, it was with the handling error. But they had the advantage for offsides. And Jean Kutzer will go for touch. Will he find it? He does. Lucky bounce that time. So into the 20 they go. It's quick ball as well. Van der Venter. Dangerous. Dylan Venter. Good carry from him. Van der Venter looking to play a standoff player. Jean Kutzer.
6 again! 6 again!
Got a nice line set up. Pressure on Van der Venter.
Okay, hold, yeah.
There's the penalty.
Right, where's the next? Hold.
And it looks like referee Deploy will have a few words with the Josiri side.
Infringements, yeah. Not square involved, not square involved, and offside. Please clean it up
Can the Rhinos score from here? They've come close a few times. Sean Matane scored 2 tries on Wednesday. He was excellent.
Near.
Proper finisher in those wide channels, picks his moments really nicely, stays alive and keeps his width nicely as well, Matane.
Penalty. Thank you.
Tap and go, Jean Kutzer behind the back of Kasselman. Good read by the defense. Not much ground made that time by Mulder. This is what he does so well, Jean Kutzer. Flick of the wrist, nice and flat, tight spiral around the ball. Brilliant line in the wider channels. Set up Kutzer with a hat-trick on Wednesday. And this time, it's Marnus Kutzer again. No surprises there. Great chemistry between the center Kutzer and standoff Jean Kutzer. Passing is so important in this game. Not just the passing, the timing of it. And of course, every pass is made as well by the timing of the run. Let the ball do the work. He's picked out a chink in the armory of the Josiri. Really nicely. He's targeted it, run into arms, and he's run and pierced right through. Brilliant from Kutzer. Set up wonderfully by Kutzer. And Hendrik Mulder now will look to add the 2 points. His left boot was very accurate. It is again, flags go up. He splits the sticks. 6 points for the SA Rhinos.
Oh, yeah.
Good kick that from Hendrik Mulder. Top point scorer for 2 years in the Carlton League. And in fact, one of only 2 father-son SA Rhinos combos in the history of the game here in South Africa. His father, Tricky Mulder, was also the assistant coach. Played in 2 tests against France, 26 caps for the SA Rhinos back in the early 90s. And that's great to see. The only other father-son combo was Heinrich and Opa Rademeyer. Played in 2000 versus Wales at Loftus Versfeld. Tricky Mulder. Kickoff comes. It's another good one. Under pressure, Van der Vente does well underneath again. He is so good. Skill level very high, and you want to keep your eye on him. He's a slippery character. See that? Nice little step. Snipes on the blind.
Give him!
Good scramble from the Josiri, but it comes back for Van der Vente, who's under some pressure there. Wycliffe Ratamo.
Well, this one's the hand off. Any tackle? Yeah, by me. Scrum.
So we'll come for a scrum. And it looks like SA Rhinos will keep possession of the ball.
The ball was already out. He already ran 3 meters. That's why this player could
even close to their own 20, they can still be so dangerous. They've got big runners. Van der Vente, scrappy, but well picked up by Dylan Venter. Van der Vente goes same side. Jean Kutzer with Sieplo on the inside. Take a look at that. Beautiful arcing pass. Kutzer, Sean Matsane runs onto it very nicely. We spoke about how he keeps his width and depth. Make sure he runs onto the ball at pace.
Go.
Kutzer, skip pass. One of the forwards now. Marcel Fuljoen onto it. Van der Vente into the vacuum he goes. Nice little offload as well. It was a good support line. The Rhinos right on the 20 mark.
How about me?
In the green zone. So offsides will come back for a penalty.
Hold. So put the ball, for me. Put the ball.
So a player is down. Looks like a Kenyan player who's immediately got the attention of the medics, which is fantastic to see. Great reaction speed from the medics, making sure that they follow the procedures. And I'm sure the players will be very happy with that break as well. It's a moment to breathe a little bit. Much more competitive, much more accurate, both sides.
Now just keep your...
Seen some fantastic passing in those wider channels. The Kenyans just struggling to ID players running onto the ball, making sure that they can make those hits. Saw the floodgates open a little bit in that fixture on Wednesday, but one thing that was very impressive from this Josiri side, they were able to dig deep, and there were some moments where they did have momentum. Took the Rhinos over 10 minutes to score at the beginning of the second half in that game. Clearly some good words of encouragement coming from John Mbai, the head coach. And, well, you can see it's a tight-knit unit. They were able to really find some energy, play some very good rugby on Wednesday. Saw some flashes of brilliance, some individuals as well. Brian Mutua, a man who will be remembered for scoring the first rugby league try ever for Kenya, the Josiri. That's that number 3 over there. Look out for him. Brian Mutua. Number 4, Collins Ochieng. What a center pairing. They are very dangerous. Very similar to the center pairing for the Rhinos. Kutsia and Bloom.
You're not allowed to go in on a joint. So it's like
already spoken about Kutsia, who scored the first try in this fixture. He had a hat-trick on Wednesday.
But you are allowed to go, but you're not supposed
and
to
great
go
to see just the investment coming into the game. This Kenyan side looks, hopefully will be able to go up against France in the first week of December. They'll also take on Uganda just a week later.
So the moment
it will be the women's rugby league side and the men's rugby league side taking on Uganda, which is fantastic. Great to see investments and going into the women's game as well. Now he'll get a clap off the pitch here. I'm not sure exactly which number it is.
The ball did go forward from him, but that's not where it started. Have we got somebody?
But hopefully he's okay. Really see exactly what could have happened to him. It's such a quick game. And the ball really has been moved around nicely by this Rhino side. And the Josiri haven't seen much action from them. A lot of tackling so far.
Hold.
Maybe it's being penalized, discipline lacking a little bit from the Josiri. So they'll go for touch. It's a good one.
Right.
Into the 20 they go. Taken quickly, short pass, Altus Dalport. Right up the middle. Takes 3 Kenyan defenders to get him down. This was the problem, and they'll look to spread it out now. Mulder, short ball. Fenter through the gap like a shot. That's what they do so well. Keep it tight. Huge player, Altus Dalport. 3 players sucked in, and the coach John Mbai before this fixture did mention that he's going to try to get those one-on-one tackles a little bit better so that players don't get sucked in, because it does leave gaps. And, well, we know whether it's Mulder or Jean Kutza, they're very good at getting the ball into those spaces, picking out runners, giving them options. That time it was Dylan Fenter, very well worked. Mulder, right in front of the sticks, has no problems. So 2 tries, 2 conversions, 12 points. Rhinos are in the lead.
You're giving them a chance to play if you get penalties. Okay. Thank you.
The Josiri. Can they get one back from the restart? It is very high. The accuracy has been impressive. Jean Kutsa under this one. Altus Dalport this time met by a solid hit.
And hold.
Much better defense. They've also got onto their feet and back into the defensive line. Siep low with the crash ball.
Right.
Up nicely by the Josiri, driven backwards as well. That's good play.
Up and square.
Luca.
Square.
Steve Maniafu.
Thank you.
Is on the pitch. Plays his rugby here at the Harlequins. One of those players, the only player in this Kenyan side who is very familiar with these grounds.
Give it.
And the Jacaranda City as well.
All the time. I need you to give him space so he can play. Play the ball there.
Rudolph de Ploy just stops the game to have a few words.
Hold.
Good. Rather Marcel Viljoen takes it up. Playmaker Kutsa, there's that beautiful pass. Sent out wide, that's Marnus Kutsia.
Leave him!
Again, makes good ground. Matane is at scrum half, pick and go from him. He's so quick off the mark. Good tackle fight. Again, the Josiri gets sucked in.
Hold. Oh. Last ball or knock, rip? Last ball. Scrum. Your ball. Your ball. You so bad, mate. Loose it and feed my side. Yeah. Thank you.
Referee communicating with the players quite a bit, and it's very important. Remember, a lot of these players won't be used to the game, especially the Josiri. So it just helps, and you can see the improvement already from Wednesday from these Josiri players. Although discipline's been costing them a little bit, they've adapted very nicely, and they've got the ball now. Another good carry, breaking through tackles.
Yeah, by me.
Siep low, just getting off the player, slowing the ball down illegally there. Took him too long. It was a loud shout from Rudolph de Ploy, the referee, must be said. And a little bit of a googly kick that. But finds touch, a decent touch.
Thank you. Go.
Lawrence Okello, a fullback. Straight into the dead end.
Move! Go.
It was Lucky Byron that time. Skip pass isn't an accurate one.
Right.
Looked like the wind just shifted
He already went down. He surrendered it there. Thank you.
Made it quite difficult to hold on to. But here come the Rhinos through the middle as fullback James Campbell. He scored a very impressive try as well on Wednesday.
Again.
Defender, quick ball. Kutsa. Matane.
6 again. 6 again.
A good hit. That was Paul Cedar.
Uitgegaan. Ja, by me. Ja, by me. Your ball.
Ball was into touch.
Hierso.
And so
selfs wat julle op hulle uitgevoer het toe hulle almal so skree.
The Josiri will get the ball.
That's the mark. It's your ball. Open there.
Josiri passes. Just here's the danger man, Brian Mutua. Fantastic drawing pass. Much better that. Ramatan Masete.
Move!
It's a good tackle by Juan Bloom on him. Brian Mutua, step and offload. That's good rugby. Boy, he can play.
Move. Hold.
Good connection between himself and Masete. And there it comes, unforced. Has to do better than that. It was looking so good. Lucky Byron.
Yeah.
No, not much pressure on him. Maybe needed to just get a little bit deeper. Come onto the ball. Running. Does make it a little bit easier.
Arms over. Hoeke arms over. Thank you. Okay. In.
So the Rhinos will get it back. Fed by Mulder, defender, Kutsa. And now James Campbell with a little grubber. Look at the chase. It's a foot race. Matsane. Ball wins the race.
Right.
And
right. Hy was anderkant die 40.
Yep, that is a 40-20. Yeah. Brilliant from James Campbell.
Wait.
Great strategy as well.
Thank you.
giving the ball, just 2 passes, drawing in those Kenyan wingers, back 3 defenders, and then putting it to foot. Excellent 40-20.
Hold.
Defender. Forwards carrying it up the middle, Marcel Viljoen.
Go to.
Defender changes direction to the short side. Looked like he was going for a skip pass, Kutsa, but Siaplo, the captain, was a little bit too flat.
Your ball. Okay.
Looking to extend their lead. So dangerous when they're in the green zone.
What?
They use a variety of strategies and running shapes when in this area. Very difficult to be able to anticipate what they'll do. Difficult to defend against, but the Josiri have done well. Here comes Lucky Byron. Captain Dennis Ndia is there.
In front.
Plays in Dungu.
Thank you.
A little bit too flat. Not running onto the ball at pace. Easy pickings for the Rhinos.
Hold. Go to.
Slow ball, Ndungu. Okello, the fullback, joins the line, but well marshaled again by the Rhinos. Not making much ground, the Josiri. Ndungu's flat. Brian Mutua.
Right.
Rather, Brian Mutua's waiting
up and square.
that center position. They need to try get the ball to him.
Go for.
Ndungu. Captain Ndia. That's a good pass. Plucked out the air. What a read. Dwayne Bloom.
Happy.
Brilliant read that. Good press off the defensive line.
That's your line.
Perfectly timed. Dennis Ndia, there's no ways you could have seen him. The pass was crisp. The read was better. And the Rhinos are now on a little bit of a trot. Struggling, the Josiri, to get out of their danger zone.
We'll take water.
And referee Rudolph de Ploy says we will take water after this.
Yes.
I think it's a perfect time as well for the Josiri just to regather themselves, get the troops together here. Much more accurate, this performance by the Rhinos.
20, thanks.
And on Wednesday, the Josiri struggling a little bit to react. They are looking a little bit tired, and they have had more time to rest. So head coach John Mbai a little bit disappointed with that first stanza, first quarter here between these two sides. It's
That's why I said quickly. 20.
Kenya Rugby League Federation versus the South African Rhinos Rugby League side. Speaking to the CEO of the South African Rugby League, Frans Parsons, who captained the Rhinos in the early, mid-90s to early 2000s. Part of the team that was able to beat Italy twice, and have been a part of many tours. SA Rhinos played for 28 years, Frans Parsons. Trained with the Blue Bulls for a while as well, but a club rugby legend, CEO of the SARL. He was telling me some lovely stories, how some legends of the game. I mentioned just a few names: Gary Botha, Warren Brosnian, Dick Meir, players who have played rugby league before. In fact, Gary Botha captained the SA Students, South African side in the World Cup. And of course, Warren Brosnian played for the Rhinos, played in Europe, and then came back and played for the Blue Bulls. Bad boy, Warren Brosnian. It's no wonder.
And is the defense 10 back? Okay, then we need to...
And it's fantastic to see the SA Rhinos, who have moved around.
Stop it when the ball is already in. Say wait.
Played at the oldest rugby league club, Pretoria Bulls. And they've the last couple of years being back here at this base camp here at the Grizzlies. Fantastic facilities, as I did mention. And every little investment goes a long way.
The defense needs to be in place, but rather stop him and say,
coaches having some words with the players. No, looks like it is indeed Rhino's legend.
For me, he was
Tricky
on the
Mulder.
line, on that line, but it did go
Having
out
a
this
few
side.
words with the players, but
Okay, so
audio we can hear is
so
referee
40-20
Rudolph
coming, 10
Duploy
available. Tap.
speaking to the touch judges. But
Nothing else?
looks like
Guys happy?
Tricky
Alright, if there's something, keep the flag
Mulder's
up. If
actually
you see
smiling.
something,
You'll be very happy with that first 20 minutes.
Hundreds. Okay.
And
Perfect.
hoping, of course, this
Do we
SA
have another
Rhino
spike
side
but
for
the one that went off?
interest to grow around the world. Of course, with the Rugby Union champions, the Springboks winning the Rugby World Cup. There's been a lot of talk of the pool of talent we have here for rugby, how
Look, when we've got the ball, you guys play nice. So it's a mistake.
we're just
or a knock
born to
on.
play this game in this country. It doesn't
Focus.
really matter from what culture you
Get a nice
come.
game now. All right.
Most people from South Africa will be very familiar with farming and generations and generations of that. So, big boys. And you need to be big and strong and fit to play this game. Restart. Comes from the Josiri. Very deep. Mulder's underneath it. Plays it towards the forwards.
All right. And
That
move!
time it's Cornelsen.
Hold.
The
hold,
good carry.
hold.
Comes back towards the
Stay.
short side, towards the right side. Van der Venter.
Again. Out!
Viljoen who carries. Captain Siep low. Tucks it under his armpit. And
Offload.
great little offload from him. Stayed nice and frosty there. Dylan Venter, the try scorer, did so well just to take a few steps back to make that
go.
possible for Low, the captain. Dummy and go. We don't see Kutzer do that often, but we do see Van der Venter just supporting off the shoulder really nicely. They're starting to offload as well now, enjoying themselves, the Rhinos. Van der Venter, the pick and go comes from Kasselman. About 5 meters out. Inching closer, fourth tackle that. Mulder gives it a nice little line on the inside. Brilliant. Who else but Marnus Kutsia? Try scoring machine. That's his 5th try now in just, well, a game and a quarter. Just about over 20 minutes of the first half. The second fixture between Kenyan Rugby League side and South Africa. Grizzlies Rugby Club here in Pretoria, the Jacaranda City. Incredible weather to be having a braai, to be at the, well, what looks just stunning here, this Grizzlies Island Water Park. Looks like, what, almost a 15-meter high slides that they have going into the water park. Absolutely packed. And why wouldn't it be? It's weather that you wish you were on holiday on. You would think, in fact, that it's called island because there's a beach or an ocean around us, but no, Pretoria is landlocked. And that's why I think the players will be suffering a little bit in this heat. But we do have 2 water breaks. We've already had one. Josiri got to just regather themselves, but again, the rugby from the Rhinos, top-notch. Keeping the defensive line of the Josiri guessing, making it very difficult for them to anticipate what's coming. Some fantastic lines being run by Marnus Kutsia. Short kickoff. Matane, good little read, dummy on the inside. The winger.
Come up, come up. Go, it's fine.
Quick ball. Jean Kutser into the vacuum. This is where they get so dangerous. Your elbows have to be touching the ground for the tackle to be over. But if you're more than one player, you're not allowed to rip the ball. Siep low. Route 1. The tractor gains a few more meters. Van der Venter comes slowly for Kutser. There's that floating pass. Matsane gets past one. Can he get the ball down?
Move!
Well, still about 10 meters
No,
out.
go there, go there. Behind the mark. Behind the mark. Flopping.
Matsane. Good desperate defense from the Josiri. Running onto it. Huge carry again. Dylan Venter just short. Van der Venter now. Kutsa takes a crash ball and he's lost it in contact as well.
Loose. 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 Hom gerip. Hy het hom gerip.
So we'll go down for a knock on. Referee Rudolph Duploy calls a knock on there. It looked like it was backwards, but the call is that it was ripped.
This side.
And
Who
yeah,
said my
John
side?
Kutsa, I did mention how
Short.
it is uncharacteristic of him to be taking crash balls. We saw a little show and go from him. Didn't really sell anyone in the Josiri side, and now a crash ball and he gets turned over. Where he's really good, Kutsa, is where he's giving the ball flight, and the players around him are expecting it.
Move!
So,
Square!
not the decision making
Go
we're
on.
used to seeing from Kutsa, but the Josiri deep inside their own half, taking it up. This is a brilliant run here. It's Lucky Byron. Excellent. All the way back into the Rhinos half. They needed quick ball now. The Rhinos were still reloading there. Mutua comes slowly. It was good play from Van der Venter and Marcel Viljoen to slow the ball down. Again, committing 3 players to that tackle.
Go 3.
Ndungu. Captain Dia. Good quick hands. Comes off of Sedan's hand there. Masete
Zero!
will pick it
Zero!
up. Ramadan Masete. Captain Dennis Ndia is Lucky Byron. Good break from him. Okay, oh, big hit.
Right. Move!
James Maranga. Cul-de-sac on your back. Lucky Byron deep for Mutua. So Gary Owen up and under. Bounces
Nobody
back
played
towards the Josiri side. In fact, it
Nobody
bounces
played it.
behind where Mutua kicked that ball. Brilliant little scramble that
Why did they keep them?
from Steve Manyafu. Lucky Byron can't get his hands on it. See that. Looked like a good tackle from Maseti. Dennis Ndinya picks up the scraps. And the referee will have a word with his assistant.
Voor die skop. Groen die rooi die bal gehad. Groen 8 op die grond, elleboog gevat met die vuis in die gesig gerap tot by die elleboog. Van die punt van die hand af tot by die elleboog. Heeltemal die elleboog gerap in die gesig.
7.
8, ek dink nee, 7, 8 groen, ek dink 8 groen.
Okay, well, give me mark. Give me mark. Okay. No, wait. Cappy. Okay, so got a touch report. While on the ground, one of your players, whether it's 7 or 8, I'm not sure, elbow in the face, rubbing it, okay? Just going to give the penalty here, but let's keep the discipline. We had a chat about it before the match, no? Chat.
Interesting time. So no cards.
Elbow in the face. Just wait for it. I just want them to quickly chat.
But as you hear from
Quickly chat.
Rudolph Duploy, referee, there was an elbow to the face while the players were on the ground. He's not sure if it was the captain, Siap Low, or if it was Mulder, number 7, Siap Low being number 8.
Are we ready, Cap?
And so the Josiri
Right.
will get the penalty inside the 40-meter line, just 30 meters away from the try line. So it looks like they'll go for touch. It's a decent touch finder as well. Into the 20 they go. Dinya wants to take it quickly. Ndungu, short pass, it's a good one. Mwakina
Right, and that's it.
carries into his opposite number. It's
Hold
a
it,
good tackle
hold it.
from Cornelsen.
Complete.
And it comes slowly for Ndungu. Maranga, right into traffic.
Hold. Up and square. Hold.
They've
Go
split
to-
the line here. Players on the left and the right.
Right.
Just
Move.
keeps coming at you. James Maranga with another useful carry.
3.
Ndungu goes same side. Skip passes Mutua. He's also really dangerous in those areas. Bratemo.
Yeah, by me. How about me? Yeah. Yes, your man. No penalty. In front of the line. Thank you.
Another penalty.
Hold.
Dinesh Ndia sets it up. Big carry, Ratimo.
That's it.
Met by some ferocious defense. Van der Vente and Siaplo again in the thick of things. 4 players to take him down.
Thank you.
Dinesh Ndia, pick and go, just a meter short.
Move!
They're getting closer and closer for their first try now, the Josiri. A little grab it out of desperation. Was it necessary to force it? They still had 2 tackles. And they had a full line towards the left. I think patience was the order of the day.
20.
Just rushing it. And tap and go for the Rhinos. Van der Vente to Mulder. Siadat. He's a stepping razor when he wants to be. In those wide channels. Big hit. It was Blum. Masete. Siadat. Scrum off. Gives it to the forwards. Marcel Cornelissen.
That's 2.
One of the players who's been interchanged coming off the bench. So is Fulyun. He's done well.
Leave!
Van der Vente. Good pass to Kutza. Now they're giving him options. What a line that was again. Oh, he runs onto it beautifully, Marnus Kutsia. The reaction speed had to be very quick from the Josiri. Such was the pace that Kutsia was running onto that ball. Another brilliant pass as well from Kutsa. That's when they really look dangerous, when he starts flicking those wrists, Kutsa. And it looks like the Josiri have a man down. It was a high-speed impact. That's what they say the big difference between rugby league and rugby union is. The distance that the players are coming from when they're running at each other, of course, is a lot larger. And the further, the more the distance is, the quicker you can come onto a player. And the quicker you can come onto a player, well, that's just basic physical science. Impact will be a lot more force. The points of contact in the game of rugby league. And maybe that's why it's entertaining. Not just that, players also have more space. It's only 13 players on the pitch. No lineouts, no mauls, no rucks. Uncontested scrums. It's a quick game. In fact, the ball stays in play almost double the amount of time that it does in rugby union, even though both codes play 40 minutes a half. So fitness is tested, and when the heat is like this, not easy. And when passes are sticking and players are running from really deep and hard onto the perfectly weighted passes, very difficult to defend against, and I'm sure we'll see some injuries, such as the commitment of this Josiri side. They put their bodies on the line. We saw that on Wednesday. We're already seeing it here today. And that's their captain, a warrior, Dinesh Ndia, who's coming off. What a fantastic servant he's been for this Kenyan Rugby League side. Well, this is only their 4th test. And looking to piece together a few phases here now. The Josiri, again, swarmed by a few Rhinos players. Still just a little bit too flat. Look at that Josiri line, just too flat. Caught ball and all. Really easy pickings for the Rhinos. And the ball, as a result, is coming back slowly. Ido Kuta, that time Dungu goes towards the right, coming from depth. Lawrence Okello, the fullback, joining the line, but yeah, not much support.
First knock.
Therefore predictable for the defense. And they've applied pressure.
Loose it.
Have won themselves ball possession with some ferocious hits, the Rhinos. So they've turned it over just a few too many times in the danger zone. The Josiri, they want to be a little more clinical in those areas. Opportunity now for the Rhinos. They go towards the right. Nice little loop around from Jean Kutza. Dummy line to Mulder. Sedat marshaled nicely by Ramadan Masete. Mulder now at scrum off. Gives it to a standoff player, Kutza. This time flicks the wrist in a different way. Big hits in the middle of the field.
Up and square.
Great carry that from
Square.
Fana.
Advantage.
Same side. Kutsa skip past Matane. You won't stop him that close. Too quick. Incredible tempo. High speed rugby that. Good play. Folding over towards the same side. Making sure that Chosiri had to fold over. Unable to get there quickly enough. But the call is no try. Forward pass. So they came back for the advantage.
On the line. Line.
They'll have another go at it though. Good tackle fight that. Marcel Cornelsen, he's been good coming off the bench.
Move now. Hold.
A few meters out. Van der Venter goes towards the right side this time. Good dummy line. Mulder gives it to James Campbell. You won't stop him. Around Brian Mutua he goes. He's a very good defender as well. Brian Mutua, not an easy one. But the line was so good by Mutua's opposite number, Dwayne Bloom. He's already scored a try. And great overs line that from James Campbell. Very well organized, clinical in the green zone. Got a fantastic conversion rate when they are in those areas, the Rhinos. Coaches will be very, very happy.
Hierso, not square. Into gaan tackle.
Okay, maar was it the forward pass or?
There. No, it was a knock on. As he was passing the ball.
Nee, maar jy het hulle forward pass het net forward gelyk, maar toe gaan jy terug vir die penalty, dis kom ek vra.
Yes. Ja, no.
So the Rhino Cup has taken an international break, but the Grizzlies won their last game quite convincingly, scoring over 60 points against the Brits Bulldogs. That is sort of, well, what would be equal to the Currie Cup for Rugby League, the Rhino Cup. Top 8 teams in the country play there. Mulder splits the sticks, no surprises there. He's so efficient off the boot. Great Rugby League player, Mulder. And then you get sort of a more leveled down an amateur league called the Protea Cup. It's a promo relegation as well, which is fantastic. And the Jan Prinsloo Cup, which is the Juniors Cup here in South Africa. So there are some platforms to develop the game, which is fantastic to see. And used to play for the Springbok Rhinos back in the day, Jan Prinsloo, an absolute legend. And the oldest, one of the oldest rugby league players in the world as well. In fact, holds the national record, South African national record for the seniors 100 meters, Jan Prinsloo. South African Rugby League legend. Kick is deep, a bit of a Yorker for Van der Venter, and well, he's got a hawk eye. Referee Rudolph de Ploy, if he was able to see that knock on. Not much in it. I was about to congratulate Van der Venter. Good wicket keeping there. If you're a South African, there's been some very exciting sport available to the sport lovers of this country, which will probably be 99% of the population. Absolutely love our sport in South Africa. So competitive, but the cricket is on as well. The Proteas getting the better of Afghanistan yesterday. What a game that was. But here come the Chosiri, tap and go. Wycliffe Ratemo, he has been busy. Another strong carry, this time it's Raymond Ekutu. Much better from the Chosiri, looking to strike. Brian Mutua goes towards the short side. Nice and frosty though, the Rhinos. Mutua, first receiver, takes 3 Rhinos to take him down.
Go 3.
Just keeping it too tight. They need to just create those one-on-one battles. Try and get those 3 passes in.
Move now. Hold.
Ndungu. Oh, too flat. Must be offsides. Referee has called it.
Early. They didn't have the ball there.
So an early tackle, in fact, is the call from referee Duploy. Lucky Byron. Tap and go. Patrick Mwakina. And a work rate on defense. Very impressive from the Rhinos. Ndungu with the pick and go. Rhinos are aware. Forwards now with the dummy. It was a huge dummy. Just short, a meter short. Solo Mbungua, Kevin there. Short pass. Raymond de Kutu.
Move. Hold the line.
I just need a meter, just a meter short. Still keeping it tight. It's Ndungu now, caught ball and all. Good defense from the Rhinos. He's been really good. Marcel Viljoen coming on. He made the tackle there. Great defense from the Rhinos. Ball just too slow for the Josiri to cause any problems. Now it goes wide. I think this is the right call. They've got numbers. Can't hold on to it. It was Ramadan Masete, and he is dangerous in those wide channels. And a fantastic try in that exact same corner at the Nakapul Stadium on Wednesday. Good offloading. It was Wycliffe Ratemo with the offload. This time, it's not going to make it. Referee says take it on the mark on the 10. So Fana goes back. Here come the Rhinos now. Ferocious running. He wants some more. Dylan Fenter. He hasn't had enough. 5 tackles. He slipped through. He's all the way up to the 50-meter line, the halfway line. And that's frustrating.
Ball to go forward. Agree. Okay, I had the red player slow to move and with the legs. That's why he lost the ball. Can do the penalty. Yeah, thank you.
So it'll be a penalty now for the Rhinos, and apparently it's just ripping when there's more than one player making the tackle. You're not allowed to do that. You're allowed to rip the ball if it's a one-on-one tackle situation.
No.
As the Rhinos try to just turn those screws by increasing the tempo, trying to play at a high speed now, the Rhinos, not allowing the Josiri to reorganize themselves on defense. Tap, Kutsa, switch play. Luca Fana. Right back towards traffic. Now it's being shifted. Alan Kasselman with the ball.
Move!
Right in the middle of the pitch. 2 sides to attack from. They go same side. Mulder. Switch play to the forwards. This time it's Cornelsen off the bench. Good carry. Again. Too many Kenyan players just sucked into that short ball. That's where all the Kenyan players are. And the strength, incredible. Marcel Viljoen, he was part of the build-up play through those bustling runs. And, well, that was a Herculean effort, it must be said. Spinning and brushing off tacklers, running right back into traffic where all those Josiri defenders were, but just too strong. What an impact. Cornelsen, Kasselman, and Marcel Viljoen. Brilliant. Working around the fresh legs of Cornelsen so nicely. Luca Fana as well.
Okay. Dan gaan van watter kant af kom, want as hy van agter af kom, kan jy nie verwag hy. Okay. So if it's in like that, I'll ask my two touchers to check.
Kick is good from Mulder, and the Rhinos will really feel now that they are in the driving seat, in full control here.
Offside, so.
We mentioned in that first game between these two sides was a little bit rusty from the Rhinos. Rudolf de Ploy says that is all we will have in the first half. Ending off on a high note, the Rhinos. It was 22 points to 8 on Wednesday at halftime. And were a little bit rusty, made a few mistakes, especially receiving the restart. But Fani Bredenhan, head coach, and assistant coach Tricky Smulder were very, very happy with that first half performance. So clinical, a few decision-making mistakes perhaps from their playmaker Kutsa, but excellent all round the pitch on defense and attack. And the Josiri struggling, but that's what we're here to play for, the JP Porter Cup. In the sun, shining bright. Can the Josiri pull it back? I'm not sure. They'll have enough in the tank, but it'll be fantastic to see at halftime. When they come back out the cloaks, what can they bring in that second half, the Josiri? Right now, dominating all facets of play. The Rhinos are in the lead.
If your elbow leads, it doesn't matter where you make contact. Listen, before
Well, it's halftime and the players are coming out their cloaks. Halftime score, SA Rhinos. Total domination, 36 points, the visitors. Kenya, the Josiri.
Okay. I'll speak to you. Thank you.
Still a golden egg on the scoreboard. 0 points for them in that first half. Defense, nice and tight from the Rhinos. Attack, multi-dimensional, keeping it tight, spreading it out wide. Kutz has been really good, but what a half it was from Kutsia. Just unstoppable, Martinus Kutsia. Forwards doing really well. Second row was Viljoen and Dylan Venter. So difficult to defend against the kind of rugby the Rhinos played in that first half. What did head coach John Mbai have to say to his troops, the Josiri, at halftime? They'll have to come out guns blazing. Mulder gets us underway. It's a deep kick from him. Accurate though. So he'll take it right down in that left-hand corner and tackle backwards. Huge hit there. He's been so good, Martinus Kutsia.
Good tackle.
Flat, Ndungu. Good tackle from Van der Venter.
Hold, go two.
Good quick ball though. Lucky Byron, short ball. Coming at pace, Raymond Ekutu.
Hold, go three.
And they won't change direction. Same side, they go still a little bit flat-footed. But that's the man they want on the ball. Brian Mutua takes two players to bring him down onto the pitches. Ockert Ruas. Short pass. Good line. Good strong defense again from the Rhinos forwards. That time it's Marcel Cornelsen. He's been so good. His forward partner in crime, Frikkie Jansen. Big boy who's come off the bench.
Loose feet my side, thank you.
I'll have to put into the scrum.
Shoulders at the back.
It can be so dangerous off of a set piece. More space, a controlled environment to launch an attack. Van der Venter to playmaker Kutsia. He's running onto it. He's been so difficult to stop. Kutsia, hat-trick hero from Wednesday. Looks like he might actually get another hat-trick here today, the way he's playing. Quick ball. Van der Venter just can't find Frikkie coming on a short line. So
Scrum.
whistle is blown.
Scrum. Scrum.
And the call is a knock-on. The Rhinos will have another bite at the cherry. They are about 10 meters out.
Square. Hold. Thank you.
Mold that first receiver. Van der Venter feeds nicely. Short pass! Untouched. Untouched. What a line.
Forward pass. Scrum. Your ball.
It was Bloom, and the call is a forward pass.
Inside. Hold.
It was just too quick for me to see. I'm sure it was for you as well. Viewing for wherever you are in the world. We're in the Jacaranda City. Blue skies. Sure, it must be around 35 degrees Celsius, the temperature. And been very good support. Restaurant is full, car park is full. Grizzlies Island Water Park is full as well. Temperature demands it. The Josiri, from inside their own half, absolutely, well, dominated in that tackle. Mulder did very well. Play off the ground, has to take care to bring him down safely. Does just that. Unforced error. Knock on at first receiver from the Josiri, not under enough pressure. And the Rhinos will start off where they left off. Here comes Fana. Running into arms, great carry.
Go one.
10 meters out, towards the left, one-handed switch.
Right.
That's Frikkie Jansen. Came on the switch line, Van der Venter to Kutsia. There's that Damian pass, it hasn't worked yet, it does this time, third time lucky. Jean Kutsia. Gets his first try of the afternoon. Jean Kutsia, you can see just having a joke there. Who does have a few chuckles with? None other than the man he's put away more than any other player. Marnus Kutsia. Boy, oh boy, he knows how to pick out a line. And Jean Kutsia, you've seen him dummy in this game quite a few times, probably as a result of the Josiri press defense to that first receiver. Of course, playing in that standoff position, Jean Kutsia. Played down under for a few seasons in Wollongong. Jean Kutsia. So have a really good understanding of the game, playing in a country that is one of the best in the world at the game. And Mulder just, all he does is call it in. Another very good conversion from him. And that'll bring the score up to 42 points. Having a few technical issues here, unable to get the graphic up of the scoreboard or the clock. So I'll try to keep you updated. $42-0, Rhinos in the lead. Restart comes from the Josiri. Just about into the 20. Danger man, Marnus Kutsia. Fana's been really good with his direct running. Passes full. Takes two other support tacklers to get him down. Van der Venter, quick ball into the vacuum. Forwards looking for ground. Much more solid the defense. Van der Venter rushed it a bit that time. Marcel Cornelissen. Looked like he was still looking around, trying to find how many players they had around him. A bit flat-footed as well, perhaps. The Josiri will have a real opportunity in the second half now to attack. Ball goes to Lucky Byron. Lucky Byron to Mutua. So dangerous, Mutua.
On the line. Go.
Lucky at scrum half. Ndungu. First receiver. Rhinos swarm and they rip the ball. Now there's more than one tackler there. So if I understand the laws correctly, that should be a turnover to Kenya. A penalty.
Did you see a rip?
Against the Rhinos.
No rip.
For that rip. And it's called a knock-on.
Yeah.
So, a lucky one, that one for the Rhinos.
Right.
But it must be said, taking it a little bit wider, the Josiri, but still really marshaled nicely by this Rhinos defense. They've been working very well off the ball on attack and defense, the Rhinos.
Square.
Van der Venter. Short pass, coming onto it nice and hard was Okert Ruas. Fresh legs. Now Castleman, loose forward, takes it up. Van der Venter goes towards the right. Mulder at first receiver, show and go. Carries it into contact. Solo Mbungua is there.
Guys, you've got ample opportunity to let him go. Go back. Go back.
So is holding the player on the ground, pushing against the player, slowing the ball down illegally. The Josiri, you can tell, just not holding on to the ball enough, not playing enough rugby with ball in hand. It can be so frustrating to have to defend and move backwards, phase after phase, especially when you're making unforced errors. But the Rhinos through the try scorer, Bloom.
Line.
Look at how they're lining up, almost at that 45-degree angle, the Rhinos. And come to the blind. Siedat, he's so good. Electricity in that right leg. Step inside.
You need to get out for me, please.
Misdirection for the Josiri and that close to the line. We know Siedat. He's so good. Always looks to beat that first defender. He's a real finisher. Played at fullback on Wednesdays on the wing. with Sean Matsane in this second test between the two sides. Only met once before this ever. Rugby league growing on the African continent, such exciting times for the Sevens Code lovers and Rugby Union, 15-man code, 15-player code. And this is sort of in between. And if you know the nation of Kenya, how strong they are in the Sevens game, the Blitz box as well, then this will be exciting times as Kenya have received some welcomed investment and things look to be going better and better for the Rhinos. Mulder for the corner. It's just pulled it. So here we go. It's just over 10 minutes now in the second half. And the Josiri, well, it's been a variety of factors are contributing to their inability to penetrate or be effective in their efforts. But it's another high kickoff, a high restart for the Josiri. And Siap Low, the captain, does lead from the front, doesn't he? Takes it up, tries to draw in some players. Jean Kutse with a nice inside line. Second tackle. And quick ball for Van der Venter. Siap Low, close quarters. Well, he's a big boy, he loves a crash ball and an asset, a valuable asset for this Rhino side, especially when you're in the trenches. And so is this man, Fana, Luca Fana. That's the fourth tackle. Now into the Josiri half. Nice sharp passing. This is when they're the most dangerous. James Campbell pins his ears back. He's got support of Siedat. It looks like you want to go all the way. Yes, please. Passing is so crisp and sharp, right into the bread basket. And James Campbell says, thank you very much. I want to go all the way home. Dragged a few Josiri
Exactly the rule, thank you.
Defenders on his back, put them in that bread basket, carried it over the try line. Very good rugby again from the Rhinos. And the scoreboard now really starting to show things past the 50-point mark.
Irrespective, it's the rule. Doesn't matter how fast you get the ball. You cannot use a quick tap with a different ball.
We've seen Mulder with that left boot right up against the touchline. Get one. It's one before this one, almost a carbon copy. And, well, almost a carbon copy result as well. He just pulled that one. Looked like a meter or two closer. Assistant referees grin a little bit, knowing that, hey, let's see, maybe third time lucky for you, Mulder, but the Josiri. Really now, Coach John Mbai must be scratching his head thinking, what can we do better? Look for that 45-degree shape on attack, a trick player. Short pass, the bounce of the ball is a lucky one. It's a nice one there. Raymond Ekutu was coming onto it beautifully, but comes back for the Rhinos. James Campbell was there to clean up. Siap Low.
Up and square, hold! Go to.
Yeah, dominator of the advantage line.
Not straight. Go, but don't hook it to the side. Step to the side. You're facing there. You're not facing there. If you face there, I'll give it to you. Yeah. Yeah, by me. Not square. Not square. Play the scrum.
So,
Play the scrum.
He's not straight there, Siap Low, and to be fair to Rudolph Duplo, he did say that he wants you to be straight, to be aligned, to give the right mark. for play to initiate, and he wasn't happy with the shape there, referee Rudolph de Ploy. And it looks like we'll have a reset scrum.
Wait.
Game slowing down a little bit now, the game.
So
We want to see
if my prop on this side opens
the
his
game
feet,
played
the
at a
ball
high
can go
tempo.
through.
The laws of rugby league, and a lot of them have been adapted into the 15-man
Guys,
code
you're
as
not
well.
even setting the scrum
It's
properly.
rush
You do it
defense,
properly,
as we
I can
see.
let
We
you
see it
play.
being
Come on.
employed more and more in world rugby.
You can contest.
I
This is
think
not-
there's only one name that comes to mind when you speak of rush defense:
that side.
Peter
That
Steph
side.
du Toit.
Thank you.
An incredible player, but
Thanks.
players who have, the nicknames of players who have really enjoyed the rush defense. Names like Cement, the Axe, the Grim Reaper. There have been some legends in the rugby league
That's
game.
out now. Release.
Some really big hits. Many South Africans say, and I'm sure the world over, say Butch James would have made a fantastic rugby league player. Good hands there from the captain, Dennis Ndia, who's back.
That's it. Held.
Tackled backwards, though, the Josiri.
Never on side. Never on side.
Now, Lucky Byron. Good, strong carry that from Steve Maniafu.
18.
Rather, it was Solom Bugua.
18. You tapped it.
Lucky
You tapped
Byron,
it.
it played
Was
to
your
the
choice.
referee's whistle. Looked like he was in two minds there. Perhaps he didn't take it from the mark. Or he's just surprised none of his players were reacting to him. Just not really looking that keen, but a good carry here. Masete, Ramadan Masete. Through a half gap. Almost gets through.
Go two.
A little bit flat on the left side. They go towards the right.
Held.
It's player Lucky Byron again. Good defense on him. Dennis Ndia, the captain, shifted out wide. Good soft hands. Brilliant pass that James Maranga does so well. But again, great awareness on defense, shifting off very nicely. IDing beautifully the Rhinos. Inching their way forward. He's through a half gap. Great play here from James Maranga. The soft touch, and now a fantastic burst through the half gap, all the way up to about 2 meters from the try line, and they've got the penalty, or rather it's a turnover. Not sure for what there.
Also. Okay. Wait, no, you gaan terug. Get back. Get back. Your play is in front of you. Okay. Yeah, by me.
Still, they'll have to wait a little longer to get their first points of the game, the Josiri. That was beautiful. It must be said in two phases from James Maranga. Great individual brilliance. And the Rhinos, captain courageous. Siep low, driven backwards.
Held. Move.
Strong defense, Brian Mutua.
Go two.
Sean Masete into contact. That's a good carry from him. He's got onto his feet now. They generated quick ball. That's all Van der Venter needs. He's a menace around the fringes. Good little step, looks for the offload. He gets it. Brilliant. Okert Ruas. What a carry it was from him. Take a look at his hairstyle. He looks mean. He is. Kutzer, quick ball. They've got numbers. Mulder. Try scorer. Bloom. Siedhat in the corner. Great rugby. From deep inside their own half. Wow. Sean Matsane with that quick ball. Excellent. The way you dominated the hit. Got down, got back onto his feet and recycled wonderfully. Then the snipe came from the slippery Franco van der Venter. We know that about him. He did it on Wednesday. Must be said that Josiri have been aware of it.
That's a line, thanks.
But sooner or later, the gap will open. All he needed was that quick ball from Matsane. He got that, broke through. Into the 20 he went. Lovely little run from Okert Ruas off the shoulder. Used his feet nicely, Van der Venter. And then they just let the ball do the work.
We're going to take water.
Too far the distance for that scrambled defense to get back into the defensive line, and finished nicely by Siedhat in the corner. Unselfish play from Bloom. And now, Hendrik Mulder. He's got it, third time lucky, splits the sticks. What an incredible conversion that is. And on the 20-minute mark in the second half,
2 minutes.
we will have a 2-minute water break as the call from referee Rudolf de Ploy.
Thanks, AJ.
Pretty much started the second half where they left off. The Rhinos definitely have not taken their foot off the pedal. Dominating, must be said, every facet of play. Passing the ball around really nicely. The heavyweights, we've seen Captain Siep Low, what a busy game he's had. Haven't seen Altus Dalport that much. But must be mentioned the impact coming off of the bench as well. Players who have interchanged. Okat Ruas, Marcel Cornelissen, Luca Fana, taking up those strongman responsibilities in the middle of the pitch. And well, we know the man who's connected via Bluetooth to the outside backs, Jean Kutza. There is never any disruptions with the quality of his network. He gets the information out there, delivers the pull out to those dangerous areas. And when those one-on-ones come, the speed that those outside backs are running onto the ball. We've spoken about Marnus Kutsia. We've seen it with Bloom as well at center. And Sean Matsane, 2-try scorer, Junaid Sidat. They know exactly what to do with the excellent service from Kutsa. Just been too much for the Josiri to keep up. And of course, we know how important sponsorships and the investment in the game is, especially rugby league in South Africa. Many will most likely be scratching their heads wondering, well, this is South Africa. We've got so much talent. We are up there in the world at every single level, almost from the age of 15, 16. I think you could even go lower down with the level of rugby that's played at school level in South Africa. So incredible pools of talent, and it takes the investment of some of the sponsors you see there on your screen.
You still have to tap it.
This broadcast brought to you, of course, by Baruch Media. You can also get the recorded stream from the game on Wednesday on their YouTube channel. Check it out. And it's been great to see what the sponsorships have done for the Kenyan side, the Josiri, bringing them out here. Might be a game against France as well. That's fantastic, and it's just so good for the development of the game, and really, really important for South Africa as a nation as well, to be able to have some competitive games. A lot of these players still have to have a 9-to-5, still work, have a job. Some of them have to pay for their own flights to go to World Cups, such as the setup, a bit of an amateur setup, but they've played in 2 World Cups. They do have a long history of the game in this country, in South Africa, and they've played some of the best teams in the world. So, and it's great to see some players as well giving back, coaching. So important, that intellectual property coming from the experience of Tricky Mulder, just one of them, and of course CEO of South African Rugby League, Frans Parsons. And I spoke about nicknames and some interesting ones. Mr. Parsons has got an interesting one as well, but just imagine the contact point and how entertaining this game with players that are named the Axe and Cement, Grim Reaper. Haven't seen that many big hits coming from one of those players, Ochieng, in this Josiri side, but the Rhinos, it must be said, have been on the front foot, had momentum, very well organized, and skill levels very high. In the sun, blistering heat here in Pretoria. Great day for Brayo to be next door at the Island Water Park here in Pretoria West. Try line dropout
here for the Rhinos. Almost a great one, kept inside beautifully by the Josiri outside backs, but the flag goes up.
What do you have?
So,
What do you have?
question now is, was the ball out before it was touched
So, yeah. Okay.
by Kenya? And it looks like it was,
Thank you.
looks like he might have been stepping out when he touched the ball. So we'll have a scrum here for the Rhinos.
Actually,
And what a
a tap, is it not?
dropout that was.
Okay, then it's yours.
And it's just
Thank
those moments of play, field position, not good enough from the Josiri.
He touched it
The
and it
back
went
three
out. It
needed to
didn't
be
go out.
aware of that.
So it's still the same.
But right up to the Josiri half now. Kutsa gives it wings again. James Campbell puts it onto the boot. We saw this earlier. Matsane didn't win that race. This time he does, and it just gets an unlucky bounce there. Was expecting it to bounce a little bit higher. Didn't get the bounce he expected. Came off the knee. And James Campbell again. Great little
Ball went forward.
grab it through.
Loose
Nice
it, my
little
side.
putt. Perfectly weighted, it must be said.
Outside,
And Matsane's
outside,
run,
open, inside.
wonderful. Won the race this time. Just couldn't hold on to it.
There you go.
The Josiri inside their 20. And offsides is the call from referee Rudolph Duploy. Altus Dalport onto the pitch
back line,
now.
you're offside, yeah. There you go. Thank you.
And surely the Josiri will look for touch. That is the case. Needs to make sure. It's a bit of a wobbly one off the foot, but he's made decent ground there, useful ground. This is a better setup. They're coming from a little deeper, the Josiri.
Go!
Hands from Mwakina. He's been asking questions all afternoon, Lucky Byron.
And hold, 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 go.
Good ball there for Denish Dinya.
Held! Up and
It's just
squares,
again a slow ball there, Denish Dinya. Loose forward, Ratemo. Good little offloads here, keeping the ball alive nicely, switching side of play.
Up and square.
Same side, Lucky Byron. Good little short pass, that's a good run into the arms of Kutsa. It's made valuable ground, Raymond Ekutu.
Your ball. Scrum. Ja, jy step uit voor die bal gespeel word asseblief. Just get square.
Unfortunately, ball has gone forward, so
Last ball.
scrum now for
You this side. Inside, thank you. That's it.
Kutsa and his troops.
Thank you. Shoulders.
Kutsa feeds, Van der Vente at the back. Good little pass to Mulder. It's a set play. Direct from Blum.
Right. Back now, back now. Thank you.
Oh, it's been ripped away there.
That's your
And the call, I think it's because there were two players on the ball, so not allowed to do that. You're only allowed to rip the ball if there's one player in the tackle. What an opportunity that was. It opened up on the right for the Josiri, and oh, this looks interesting. Will it go all the way? Collected by Ramadan Masete. He's behind his try line though. Way deep. Good little chase from Kutse and Van der Vente. Look at the work from, really, he's been a workhorse. Okat Ruas.
move. Hold.
Excellent play from inside his 20 to make that tackle. They had numbers. They needed to give the ball some air, but still just too flat.
Hand open. Oh, go.
Ndungu. Same side. Skip passes there. Great line there. He did brilliantly. Could have let it go, but James Maranga knew that it opened up for him nicely. He holds on to that. There's no one in front of him. Would have been a foot race. In fact, it's Nick Tom Opio.
Yeah. Inside,
Opio
outside.
almost getting that one, coming off the bench.
Right.
Kelly Omari on his outside in that 16 jumper for the Josiri. Score 56 points to the Grizzlies. Kenyan Josiri struggling.
Right, yeah, by me. We're going to scrum. Come, form. Form? No,
to come up with anything that's going to be difficult for the Rhinos to handle. But they're still in it. They'll keep fighting.
We've got 16 and right shoulders.
Very hot day
Stay.
at these just beautiful, beautiful facilities at the Grizzlies Rugby Club. Mulder keeps it tight.
Now, move!
It's a good carry.
That's one.
10 meters
Never
out.
onside,
Short
never
pass,
onside,
Bloom.
never onside.
What a carry that is, and the finish. Top notch. Puts a cherry on top, Bloom.
No knock on. No knock
Gets
on.
in for a brace.
Knock on. Where's the knock on? Where?
Easy pickings for the Rhinos now.
I said there's no knock
Everyone's
on.
getting a try.
The ball went forward after he scored the try. Just, see him?
Too physical, too quick the tempo for this Kenyan side. They will be feeling a little bit tired. Legs will be quite heavy. Remember this pitch as well, according to Franz Parsons, CEO of SARL, says it's quite a heavy pitch, probably the second heaviest pitch in Pretoria. Beautiful, nice bright green. You can see it's been taken care of wonderfully by the Grizzlies Rugby Club groundsmen. They've done a great job with the pitch, but it can be quite heavy underfoot. And Mulder, easy swing of that left leg, and he's got another conversion, Mulder. They'll be feeling it, the Kenyans now. They need to dig deep. They want to get onto the scoreboard for pride. And they just need to show some intent. I think their captain, Dennis Ndinya, keep it direct. Come onto the ball nice and hard. Come from depth. They have had a few flashes.
Oh. Let's try again.
So
Ready?
time off. And time on. Kick is deep from the Josiri. Underneath it, Kutsa. Short pass. Siep Low will say, let's go again. Route one for him. Loves the handoff. Protects the ball really nicely. Keeps it away from those defenders beautifully. Siep Low, he is the go-to man. When defense is coming, what a short line. Altus Delport. It's excellent from him. He did go to ground, so has to stand up and put the ball back. Youngster Okadruas.
That's 3.
Same side, Van der Venter to Mulder. Great hands, James Campbell, hat-trick hero. Dwan Bloom. And you can see, but look at the body language from the Josiri. They're a little bit tired. They're a little bit tired, a little bit demoted. It's been a tough couple of days, it must be said. Flight was delayed. To take a later flight. Got here at lunchtime and had to play a full 80 minutes on Wednesday. Had just 2 days to rest after that and recuperate, and then in the blistering heat here at Grizzlies Rugby Club,
I agree.
had to take on a side that is looking so much more well polished. Playmakers doing really well in Mulder and Kutsa. Van der Venter's usual self, always looking to make the ball quick. But I've been very impressed with the way they've organized themselves on attack, standing in that 45-degree angle, coming from depth. Making sure those passes stick. Technique, accuracy really has been top shelf. Hendrik Mulder looks at the posts. His last one he got from that position. And he's got it again. He is so good off the tee, Hendrik Mulder. It's no wonder he was top try scorer in the Carlton League for 2 seasons. They won't give up. It looks like Ratimo will get us underway again. The Josiri. They want to end off on a high note. End off with some good memories to share on your trip back to Kenya in 2 days. It's a deep kick from behind the try line. Here come the Rhinos.
Square.
Marcel Viljoen loose forward rather. It was Alan Castleman with the first carry.
Hold square.
Albertus Delport now carries good little soft hands. Yep, we're in the trenches. Who are you going to see? Siep Low. What's he going to do?
Move.
Take meters. And meters again. He's gained 20 meters into the half. Quick ball. Van der Venter. What's he going to do? Snipe. Short pass to Mulder. The floodgates are open under the post. There's no stopping the Rhinos now.
Okay, we'll have a penalty after.
And they can tell that Josiri just a little bit tired, suffering, having to defend so much, struggling to hold on to the ball and build phases to tire this Rhinos side. It's just all too easy for them now.
It doesn't matter. It still happened. So I'll do the penalty after. Thank you. Ja, hy gaan skop. Ek gaan die penalty gee na die conversion.
They've got big ball carriers. Even when they collect the restart, so well organized. They know exactly what they're trying to do through Siep Low. You'll suck in defenders. You'll make defenders have to get back up and back into the defensive line. You can't just run into the defensive line. You need to communicate. You need to adjust. Other players need to adjust where they're standing. That's when the opportunities arise. And, well, this Rhino side this afternoon has needed no second invite. Mulder splits the sticks again.
That's it.
Well, that's an interesting call now.
No, yeah. It's always yeah. It happened after the try was scored. Yeah, no, penalty. You can only kick it. No, you can't. You can if you want to. No, you can if it's your choice. I'm just saying.
So the referee has called player
Plenty.
on his knee, so, well.
Fouled the player after the try was
here?
scored, penalty on the 10.
Gets the conversion, Mulder. So now we'll see the restart.
Guys, give me 5 minutes proper rugby now.
Calls that might confuse you, but much better today, Rudolph to ploy.
There's enough time left.
Here's the kick from Ramadan Masete. Deep, who's it going to go to? This time it's not Siep Low. Nice little pop pass there.
Move! Thank you, go.
From Altus Delport. Now it's Siep Low. Nice little pop pass to Ruas. Couldn't hold on to it.
0!
And the Josiri now, just outside the 20.
Hold.
A rare opportunity for them to attack. And they'll relish this opportunity. They need to find some energy now. Want to end off on a high. Can they get points in this game?
1.
Dennis Ndia, Ndungu. Lucky Byron. Just can't hold on to it. It was an awkward pass. James Maranga. We know how quick Sean Matsane is. Held up. Masete and center. Brian Mutua. Oh, nice little flick on the inside, but blocked by Josiri player. It's a loose forward. Again, Wycliffe Ratemo. It's good play from him. Captain Dennis, skip pass is good. They're the one-on-ones are. This is what they needed more of. Raymond Ekutu in the wide channels. Supported nicely as well after passing the ball. Kelly Omari, route 1. Good tackle from Siadat. It looked like Omari was going to find some space. And Captain Dia to Ndungu. Oh, the skip pass is there, but he can't hold on to it. Dylan Fenter. They did get one in that first half.
This side, small side. Always small side. always outside on the small side.
And, well, it just shows you perhaps how predictable the Josiri have been, isn't it? Just players able to make those reads and shift off of players, make it difficult for the Josiri to get over the advantage line. It's a good carry, that, though.
That's one.
Have to reload a little bit further, the Rhinos. And Dungu with the skip pass is the danger man, Pride Mutua. Well marshaled by Bloom, though. His opposite number. And looks like there's an injury to Mutua. A stunning rugby league player. He just is taken to it so quickly.
Yeah, he went down and he hit the knee with his head. Yeah.
It looks like he might just have made contact with his, I want to say, neck-head region against the Rhino's knee. And if you've seen the size of these men in this Rhino side, you'll know that that knee is, might as well be a piece of granite, a rock. So it'll be a little bit painful for him. But again, medics on the scene nice and quickly. And it looks like the Josiri will still hold on to possession.
Thank you.
To Dungu to caption India. Kelly Omari starting to get involved nicely now. India, the captain, short pass, Lucky Byron, changes direction nicely. He's over. No! Tackled backwards, but they'll come back for a penalty.
Yeah, by me. Yeah, by me. 9. Jy's te vinnig. Jy was nie square nie toe.
The Rhinos will want to say they were able to deny the Josiri from getting any points. The Josiri, for pride, will really throw everything at it now. Lucky Byron, Dungu, Ndia, short ball, loose forward. Wycliffe Ratemo recycles Ndungu to Danish Ndia. Change of direction is good. Nick Tom Opio into traffic. Orchid Roos has been really, really impressive. High work rate.
Okay. Okay. Hold it
Just
for a
about 2 meters, 3 meters out. The Josiri. Almost the end of this second test against the Rhinos.
Okay, so yeah, but it's still a loose, scary thing. But I saw a hand in the face. Okay, we'll play the penalty. Yeah, just be careful in this area with the hand. It wasn't intentional. Yeah, yeah.
And this has been an encouraging stanza of play as well. Need to wait for the whistle.
Hand in the face. Accidental. What do you want to? Oh. T. 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 Where's the T?
And we did speak about how, oh, is that the T? Is that the T coming on? It is indeed. Let's get that golden egg out the way, say the Josiri. We are playing for pride. We will not leave South Africa, having played our last game against the Rhinos with no points on the board. And right in front of the sticks, Wycliffe Ratemo put up his hand in this fixture. He's really tried his best. Will try to draw first blood for the Josiri. They were asking some good questions, pulled the phases nicely, forced those errors of discipline from the Rhinos. And now, first points! It's good, right in front of the sticks. Wycliffe Ratemo makes no mistake. And they'll receive the ball now from the restart. Will that just inject a little bit of energy into this Kenyan's rugby league side? It looks like they've got some energy. If you look at the way they jog back, words of encouragement coming from the captain, Danish Ndia.
Okay. Dinesh!
Where will Mulder put it? Deep.
That's big.
Almost over the try line. It is over the try line. Surely he's got to let that go. Ido Kuta.
Goal line. They made the ball dead. Goal line, 10 meters. Goal line.
A difficult one. I guess all they want to do, the Josiri, is get a hold of the ball and play some rugger. Throw it around, attack. Spend some time doing the enjoyable things of the game.
Goal line, drop out.
And it just comes off of his shoulder. It will be difficult. Remember, the sun now would have been right in front of his eyes there. A little bit lower as well as we start getting closer and closer towards evening time here in Pretoria. I'll get the drop, a try-line dropout, and the Rhinos now deep inside the Josiri half. Strong carry from Dylan Fenter.
Move now!
Good initial shoulder from Ratemo, but yeah, they really have dominated the contact point, haven't they? Solid tackle.
Up and square!
Coming in from Kelly Omari. Still working hard.
Get back. Back to the mark. Back to the mark.
Playing
Hold.
with real pride. Omari, soft hands from Mulder. To Castleman and now to Blom. He's been really good. Blom.
Help now!
He's timed his runs beautifully. He's shown so much strength on that advantage line. Altus Delport, hands. Yeah, the big man there. And clearly the tackle was made. There's Siep Low, just so eager, so keen, showing some great fitness. Jean Kutze is too close. And look at the strength of Brian Mutua. Was over the line. Took him back about 3 meters from whence he came. And now it's Siep Low really struggling to get to ground. There's that pride I was talking about from the Josiri Warriors of Kenya. But Mulder, let good hand, short line. No stopping him, James Campbell. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, by me.
2-3 passes, and it just allows those outside backs to run onto it beautifully. That time it was fullback James Campbell. We've already seen center Tuan Blom do it. Marnus Kutsia, well, we know all about the hat-trick hero. And it's just been very problematic for the Josiri in those wide channels to be able to react, identify, and then perform a tackle. The speed and ruthlessness that the Rhinos are coming onto the ball, the accuracy, pinpoint accuracy of the passing. Ooh, just too much to handle for the Josiri this afternoon at the Grizzlies Rugby Club. And Mulder puts it over again. What a day he's had off the tee. Referee Rudolph Deploy says that is all here. What a series it's been. The second game of 2 official IRL tests. It'll be interesting to see how far up the rankings the SA Rhinos move now from that 26th position on Wednesday. And in 31, position number 31, the Josiri of Kenya. But for me, it's not about the scoreboard. Yes, ranking's so important as teams try to qualify for the big show, the Rugby League World Cup. But everything to play for this Kenyan side. A warm welcome, it must be said, to South Africa for their first ever official test against the Rhinos. That was on Wednesday. This one, the second one, on Wednesday, although they would have been jet-lagged, perhaps feeling a little bit tired, being seated for so long on that flight and then landing at lunchtime, having to play 6 hours later. They had a better result against a Rhino side that looked a little bit rusty. But today, how well polished was that performance by the SA Rhinos? Absolutely keeping the Josiri guessing with the multi-dimensional way that they approached this game tactically, and then, of course, as well, stopping them from scoring any tries. But the Josiri did get 2 points. There are some good questions, applied pressure, got the penalty, and they'll say, we did score some points. We didn't leave with the golden egg. They'll be happy with the performance, and they'll know how important this was for the development of rugby league on the continent. And I think there should be some eyebrows just being lifted after this performance by the SA Rhinos. I'm sure whether it's in Europe or in Australia, where there's already interest and investment coming from Australia to the South African Rugby League, I think they'll be very happy with where things are going and how things look after this final test between the SA Rhinos and the Kenyan Rugby League Josiri. So at full time, here at the picturesque, what a beautiful day it was. Very hot, but no complaints for the Pretoria West community here at the Grizzly Islands Water Park and Grizzlies Rugby Club. Incredible facilities. It has been fantastic, and I'm sure it's a way to celebrate for Fani Bredenan, CEO Frans Parsons, and of course assistant coach Trickies Mulder. His son Hendrik Mulder was fantastic off the tee. Let's hope we'll see more of these fixtures in future. If you've been with us through this week, hope you enjoyed the commentary, hope you enjoyed the rugby, and well, I'm sure you enjoyed a very historic test series here between the Josiri of Kenya and the Rhinos of South Africa. I'm a Siep captain of the SA Rugby League Rhinos. Wow, 82 points to 2. Just the second time that the Rhinos have met against the Josiri from Kenya. Official IRL tests. Rankings up for grabs here. Huge difference between Tuesday and today. You expected the Josiri to be a little bit better, but wow, what a polished performance that was from the Rhinos. Yep.
Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity to play. Thank you for the crowd being here. And I think, yeah, humble pie, that's what we call it. Thanks for the guys being here. I think we just took the opportunity. On Wednesday, we went back to the drawing board and see how we could improvise. And it meant quite a lot for us. It meant, yeah, I think you could see the heart here today, the efforts that the guys put in. And I think we've got just positiveness going on forward.
I mean, Siep, you speak of the heart. I don't know how many carries you made, mate. I mean, what fitness are you guys doing? 35 degrees Celsius in Pretoria here at Grizzlies Rugby Club. We've got a water park packed. Of course it was packed. Picturesque scenes here, great facilities. How big is this moment for South African Rugby League? And what does it mean to make a statement like you did, scoring 82 points against the Josiri?
Best thing would be is just to stay humble, just to build going on forward, look into the future. I think this is a good thing for the young guys that can come through. The jitters is over now. That whole thing of playing a test now is over, and we can just build. I think it's a good thing to say the big guys, I always make the joke and say if you weigh over 100 kilograms, you can still run and you can still tackle. Yep. So just eat humble pie and look forward, and we just want to thank you again for being here today.
Yeah, it was fantastic seeing the camaraderie between the two sides, showing that, you know, Africans stand united. We know how important it is having good competition on the continent as well. Take us through a little bit of that. How's it been having the Josiri here from Kenya, and what do they add to your guys' journey as a rugby league?
Fudge, I just told him now when we made like the circle, when I play against you, you become part of my family. So you're my brother now. As we go forward, I think we can just build as an African continent and just to see, listen, we are also your country, the world. Let's build, let's get forward. And in the game, I mean, it was like that. We just stayed composed. The guys were just in together and we just built our phases, set completion. That was our main focus, just to get through the sets. And I think the results were there today. So, yeah, I'm just humbled and saying thank you.
So humble. I'm a fantastic leader. Siep, you performed brilliantly today. Your team has been fantastic. It must be said, thank you to the sponsors and of course the management team as well, who have stuck together like a close-knit family for so many decades. And it's very clear that the culture is strong within the South African Rugby League. The Rhinos really are onto something, and I hope the world is taking notice. All the best going forward, Siep. I know there's a bit of time now before you play your next test. Good luck with Africa, the MIA. Sorry, do you mind just telling us what that is?
Yes, so how I know this, I think what the future holds is the MIA Cup next year. So I think it's Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria, and another team that needs to come together. The winner of that team goes to goes to the next round, and then the winner there qualifies automatically for the World Cup. So we still have a lot to put in, and yeah, just to stay focused and going on forward. That's basically it.
Thank you very much. That's a long interview. Thank you for your time, Siep. Fantastic performance. Nice one, eh? Thanks. So I'm with Stevie Muniafu now of the Josiri, the Kenyan Rugby League side that played in only their second official test against the SA Rhinos this afternoon at the Grizzlies Rugby Club. Incredible facilities out here. But Stevie's been in South Africa for quite some time, way over a decade, and technically the most experienced rugby league player in Kenya, having played it for over a decade. Well, at the Harlequins, you've called Pretoria home for quite some time. Tough now. Difficult on Wednesday, but I think the opportunity to play, you know how it is. Let's talk about that.
Genuinely, I think today was a better showing, as much as the result didn't show it, and we scored way less today than we should have. But our main focus today was to just try and get as many structures together as possible and just to be more cohesive. It's just that I think the Rhinos boys came more prepared than we did. And yeah, like, I think we really did let ourselves down in some aspects of the game compared to how brave we were on Wednesday versus how we showed up today. And we just hope that we can use this as a stepping stone beyond this, beyond these two games, and have more official games and hopefully have a better showing against South Africa next time.
No, definitely. I think speaking of a showing, what a showing you had, really determined ball carries, and you could see ages the sort of intent coming off of the African Rugby League and of course the Rugby League Federation to try to develop the game and get some more competitive games on the continent.
I think it's very important because in terms of leadership, these are two countries that actually are very advanced in rugby within the continent, and those are already big platforms to kind of build a game. And a relationship like this can only lead to better things within the continent because you have countries like Cameroon, countries like Nigeria who are keen, but none of them have as many homegrown players as these two countries do. So if this continues and let's say this becomes an annual test where we have 2-3 games against each other and talent comes through, then you can't really say where this goes. Because South Africa will have a knock-on effect on Botswana, on Zim, on everyone else. Kenya will have a knock-on effect on Uganda, Tanzania, everyone around them. So it's just more tests, more of this, more of Kenya winning, and more of rugby league in Africa.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, Stevie, you know how important rugby has been for yourself. You've enjoyed the game. You've been a Victoria rugby scene for quite some time. We go way back, in fact. And that has been for you, and the kind of intellectual property you bring into that Kenya Rugby League camp as well. In fact, rugby league in South Africa, you've been playing it for quite some time, and apparently here in Pretoria, it is sort of the foundation of rugby league. Is it growing in popularity? Are we seeing more club rugby players playing the game of rugby league?
I think more now more than ever. When I started, there was probably like 6 clubs in the whole of Pretoria. But just the amount of dedication shown by the people who are still involved in the game right now. As you say, rugby goes way back for both of us. We're still involved in it. So it's just a matter of Pretoria's lucky in the sense of the rugby culture can be capitalized. And the people who've capitalized on it have created a family around each individual clubs. And whether you come to Grizzlies, whether you go to Tuks, whether you go to Pretoria Rugby Club, you will find a family setup that people have built that you kind of not have in Union anymore. And that's kind of the setup that is happening, and you can't stop it. So in the next 10, 15 years, I rate league will be bigger than Union.
Whoa.
I rate that. I rate that. I really rate that. And that's just based on how many clubs and the club environment and, you know, just that love that you have within the different sports. There's a lot more brotherhood, I think. And, yeah, so I think I appreciate that for Pretoria and my time with it. Yeah, thanks.
100%. Yeah, folk, a man out rugby, especially here in Pretoria, a place that slowly become the foundation, the to get invited into the Rugby League World Cup, and a man who's played club rugby for Harlequins here in Pretoria for quite some time, who's also played rugby union. I will say is the camaraderie has been fantastic. Right, the game is growing all over. Rugby league all over. It'll be interesting to see how people this huge statement by the Rhinos, but also how people take the statement that the Kenyan Trosiri have brought forward as well, showing some really incredible performance they had on Wednesday and hanging